Ariel, give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Good to see you, Alistair. Good. Wow, you're nice and sweaty.
Yeah,
thank you.
that's why. And guess what?
What?
The iPad.
You got an iPad.
I got an iPad.
Wow. Nice. But your fans have told me that now I'm off the hook, right?
You're off the hook.
Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas for UFC 141 alongside Alistair Overeem, who makes his Octagon debut this Friday night against Brock Lesnar live on pay-per-view. And Alistair, it's good to see you again. Happy holidays to you. And, you know, you mentioned this off camera. I'll bring it up here since it's sort of the elephant in the room. You did get an iPad from the UFC for Christmas, so it appears as though I'm off the hook.
Not from you.
But this is something you don't know. I suggested to them because you were asking about it for so long to do that. Because
listen, Ariel, let bygones be bygones. You've not lived up to your agreement, to your word. Where I come from, that means something.
Uh-oh.
So
Please don't say slap.
No, we're all good. We're all good. Ariel just not lived up to his word, but it's okay.
It's going to take a long time for me to make it up to you, but one day I will. I just want you to know that. Fair enough. In the meantime, you are fighting and making your UFC debut on Friday night. You got here yesterday. That's what I was told. Does it feel good to finally be here? Because it seems like coming here, you could put everything that has happened over the last few months aside, and you can finally focus on the task at hand that's 72 hours away.
Well, thanks to my team, props to my team. They made it possible to basically continue to focus on what was at hand at all times during this preparation, which was training. They took care of all the little stuff, all the communication stuff, all the, and of course there has been, like we know, the distractions. But yeah, they kept me, they kept the distractions to a minimum, so I could keep focusing on training. And now I am happy that I'm here. I mean, it's crazy. Las Vegas is full of promotion of the fight. I'm very excited and ready to go.
Has this been the most amount of distractions that you've ever had to deal with leading up to a fight?
No, I've had more.
When?
This was I had a sort of a dark page in my career. It was 2006, 2007. I had 3 consecutive losses in Pride. What happened at the time? My mother was diagnosed with cancer. Most aggressive form. We didn't know if she was going to live or not. She had the most harsh treatments. That was back then. Then I became a father of a lovely daughter, but she was a crybaby. So the first 6 months I couldn't get my night's sleep in. And at the same time I had a company which I had to work for in the day. I started a magazine, which was really nice to own a company, but it just took a lot of focus and energy away from training. And yeah, that really took me apart, and that caused the 3 losses. So when I look back at this situation and compare back to then, this was nothing. And also a big note is back then I didn't have the team that I have now, which take all the irons away from me and all the distractions.
You also don't have the team that you had just a few months ago. How different has that been for you, and what kind of a transition have you had to make? Because when you surround yourself with some new faces, you do have some familiar faces like Robert Flamingo, but you do have some new faces around you. It takes some time to get used to that. So what kind of transition has that been for you?
Well, luckily I already expanded to other gyms for training camps, and I already knew the gentleman that I'm working with now for some time. Of course, it always takes some time to get used to new faces, like you said. But yeah, I think if you all have the same attitude, and I select everybody on my team on attitude, you always get there. You always work it out, and I can only thank them. They've been there for me in this bad time, not the worst time, but bad time. They took care of me. They arranged all the stuff. We put the work in training-wise, and now I'm here. I'm ready.
Brock said that when he was offered the fight against you, he didn't even know who you were. Do you believe him?
He probably wouldn't.
It's kind of amazing, though, right? He's in the UFC. He's an MMA fighter. You've done so much in this sport. To not even know who you are seems almost ludicrous to me.
But Brock seems to me as a type. He's living in his farm. You know, no disrespect, but he's just to himself. You know, he's got his team around him, his people. They keep track of everything, and he's just not interested, and he's just doing his thing, and that's fine. I mean, that's just his character.
Do you think he's trying to take a shot at you, like you're not on his level?
No. I just think he generally doesn't watch K1 or Strikeforce. He's just in the UFC. He follows that. That's his interest. And not to blame him, but that's also where his opponents are. I mean, he's not a K1 fighter, so he's not even a striker. So why would he watch striking? So I don't see him as a low blow.
You said earlier that you'd even watch any film on him. Is that because you think that his skills are somewhat rudimentary? You know exactly what he's going to do, so it's not really necessary to study up on him?
Well, not rudimentary, but it's pretty straightforward what he's going to do. I mean, it's going to be a fight, and I don't want to get my head stuck in patterns, what he might do or not do. I want to go in there with an open mind and beat him up and not think about what he might do or not.
What do you expect him to do?
He's going to come in swinging or take down. That's what he always does. So that's basically what he does. It's pretty straightforward. And yeah, and if he doesn't do it, I'm going to have to do it.
Final question. Considering your career and some of the things that people even as high as Dana White have said about you, that you're a good striker, but you're not quite a top 10 heavyweight, all the things you've heard throughout your career, do you have something to prove on Friday night? And all the whispers and the drug testing and all that, do you have something to prove on Friday night against Brock Lesnar, arguably the biggest star in our sport?
I'm going to have the fight speak for itself. And my other achievements as well. Have it speak for itself.
Thank you, Alistair. Good luck on Friday.
Thanks.